What's up, everybody? I decided to come to you with a little something different. This is gonna be a story time. If you hear a baby, that's my baby in the background. But we still gonna get through this story, okay? Whatever. So this is gonna be the story time about the first time I stayed over a boy's house and how I got caught. Oh god, it's so embarrassing. Okay, I'm gonna change his name just for privacy, respect, because he probably will watch this because we're still like friends on Facebook and etc. And some of my old friends from high school and whatever might know who I'm talking about. You know, keep that on the. Calm down. We are gonna call him. We're gonna call him Nico. Okay, we're gonna call him Nico. Okay, so I want to say it was my sophomore year in high school where we met or whatever. He didn't go to the same school as me. We met. Jesus. Basically, we start dating and we get real close, like real fast, you know. And you know how that goes when you're in high school. You're a high school girl, whatever, you know. Y'all hit it off, y'all have fun together. Y'all vibe is off the charts, just bomb, right? So we got to the point where we started we were having sex, okay, y'all. We were having sex, okay, and we weren't. It didn't seem like we were together that long, honestly. Thinking back on it, it didn't seem like we were together that long. Not as long as my other relationships had lasted, but I feel like I loved him, and I felt like he loved me back. We started having sex. I felt like, you know, at this point, I'm like in love. Okay, you couldn't tell me nothing about him. Like, we were like this, okay? So one day he asked me, he's like, you know, you should stay the night. What? I should do what? He's like, yeah, you know, you should stay the night. And I'm like my mother's not gonna go for that. Like, you crazy. Like, my mother's crazy. Like, she already got the fear of God in me right now. Like, you crazy. Like, she's not gonna go for that. He's like, you know, just ask her, you know, you never know, she might let you do it. My mom's cool with it. I'm just like, your mother's not my mother. Like, oh my god, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy. Somehow he convinced me that it would be a good idea for me to spend the night over there. So I'm just like trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I said bet, you know, I'm gonna spend the night, and that's just gonna be what it is. The first time I was like, you know, I asked my mom, I'm like, yo, can I go spend the night at my best friend at the time's house? We're gonna call her, let's call her, can't even call her that. Let's call her Stephanie. Okay, so I'm like, hey mom, you know, can I go spend the night at Stephanie's house? You know, and at that time, like, I would go spend the night at her house for like entire weekends and stuff like that. Like, so it wasn't nothing new for me to be gone like that during the summer. This is like after school ended for the year or whatever, and during the summer times. So I'm like, you know, can I go spend the night at Stephanie's house? And I'll be back on like Sunday, whatever. Anything having to do with her, like, she was cool with. Like, that was just one of my best friends that she knew. Like, she didn't really know any of my other friends, so it was kind of like, okay, this is my only option anyway. I would be at his house, and I would stay there from like Thursday, Friday to Sunday. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing. Like, I can't believe I did that. After that first time, me staying over there and not getting caught, like, I started feeling myself. Okay, like, I think I got it all figured out. Okay, so I go from asking to go for her to like come pick me up from the house, like saying Stephanie was gonna come pick me up from the house, to because okay, backstory, me and Stephanie were both a part of the band. So you know, if you've ever been in a band, like, you know, band camp starts at a certain point, but you know, you have like the summer practices before band camp actually starts, or that's at least how my school does it. So you know, she played an instrument, Stephanie did, and I was a dancer. You know, I was a deb, I was doing auxiliary, doing the flags, etc, etc. It went from saying she was gonna pick me up from the house to saying, you know, she's gonna come pick me up from practice. Oh, not practice. Saying she's gonna take me straight from practice to her house so I could already have my clothes ready. Saying I was gonna ride the bus home with her from school, after school, whenever we didn't have practice. Like, needless to say, I was at this kid's house a lot, okay? Like, and his mom was so cool, and I feel so bad because I wasn't sure at first if she knew that I wasn't really allowed to stay or not. So I really didn't speak on it too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'd always be like, you know, how's your mom? And I'd be like, she's fine, blah 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 blah. You know, she never really asked. So I kind of assumed that she already knew. Like, coming to find out that she didn't know was like, okay. So then one day we were at the hosiery. It was like a basketball court, and he was playing basketball downstairs, and up top they have like a track that you can run on or whatever. After he finished playing basketball, we went upstairs because his mom was walking the track. And as I go upstairs, we're walking, and all of a sudden I feel a tap on my shoulder, like just a tap. And I turn around, and it's my grandma, y'all. It's my grandma. So my grandma, she's like, you know, how's your mom? How you doing? I didn't expect to see you. I come here all the time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, guys, I changed my location. It was getting kind of loud in there, so we're back. So after the conversation with her, I figured out she didn't know that I wasn't with Stephanie, my best friend at the time. Like, I knew she didn't know about everything. So, you know, I'm just playing along with it. You know, I'm like, I'm with my friends, blah blah blah. Like, why was I so stupid, y'all? Like, so stupid. Oh my god. I'm just like, we gotta go, we're about to go now. So, you know, we said goodbye, you know, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, and I thought that was it, y'all. I thought I was in the clear, because like nowhere in my mind did I say, oh, she's gonna call your mom and tell her that she saw you. So after that, I thought it was dead. Like, I thought it was done, okay? So I didn't worry about it. So we go back home, you know, and I think I cooked or something, because I don't know, like, I just didn't have a worry in the world, okay? I had done it so much that I'm just like, it almost got to the point where it felt like we were living together, okay, y'all? Like, every weekend, like, we went to sleep, and when we woke up, you know, I don't know, I think we started cleaning up or something like that. So like, I'm doing the dishes, I'm sitting here doing the dishes, he's like doing whatever he's doing, and you know, first there's like a knock on the door, like, you know, and it was this man. He was like trying to fix their car or something. He's trying to fix their car or something, and I can remember his mom standing in the dining area, like asking him did he want some water because it was hot outside. So he was like no, and then he left. And then I'm like, okay, whatever, he just gonna burn, whatever, he can be hot, whatever. So I'll go back to washing dishes and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you hear, so I'm like, dang, like, did he get thirsty all of a sudden? Like, it wasn't even 2 minutes, all you hear is boom 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 boom. I turns around, and his mom answered the door, and she's like, oh yeah, she's here. Who is she? I continue to turn around, and my mother steps into the door, like, like she stepped into the door, y'all, and she looking dead at me. She's like, So this is where you been? You lied to me, telling me you was at your best friend's house. Well, guess what? I went over there and asked for you, and they looking crazy as hell. Said I went over there and asked for you because I wanted to ask if you wanted to go to Greensboro with us. I don't know why she didn't just like call me or like Facebook message me like she usually did, but whatever. She was like, I'm glad I went over there because I felt like something wasn't right when your grandma told me that she saw you all the way at the hosiery. I'm like, oh. Damn. So she's like, you sitting in here washing dishes like this your house? This ain't your house. Blah 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 blah. You got stuff at your own house that you need to be doing. Blah 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 blah. Nah 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 nah. She's like, come on, get your ass in the car. I'm like, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say anything, y'all. Like, I was like stuck. Okay, so she's like, get your ass in the car. So I couldn't do nothing but follow her, y'all. Like, that's my mama. So as I'm like about to hit the door, I look over and Nico is looking like mouth wide open, like he couldn't say a thing. Okay. We get in the car, and who else is in the car? My aunt is in the car, and I'm like, oh my god, they about to really kill me. Like, they gonna tag team me, like beat me, like they not playing no games. Okay, I was like, I know I'm in trouble, but you include the family? Like, my family don't play. Okay. So as we're riding in the car, she's like, what, why would you stay at his house, and what was y'all even doing? And I'm just like, I just wanted to spend more time with him, and I knew you wouldn't let me, so I just did it on my own. Dumb answer, y'all. She was like, why you need to spend more time with him? He's just a little boy. Okay, was y'all having sex? And of course, like, your first instinct is to be like, no. I wanted to lie so bad, but I was already caught. So I was just like, it finally came out, and I was like, you know, yeah. And she was like, oh, so he just gonna take your virginity? And then I couldn't. I loved him too much to let him take the fall for that. And I was like, you know, I wasn't a virgin before him. Like, I had lost my virginity prior to him, the guy before him. And she's like, oh hell no, that's two guys, two bodies, two guys that you have had sex with, blah 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 blah. What's gonna happen if he goes and finds another girl? If his mom is so cool with him having females over like that, what makes you think that you're the only one? That broke my heart, y'all. Like, I was so lost in the sauce. I didn't even think, like, I didn't think that way, because I'm like, he wouldn't do that, he wouldn't do that to me, blah 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 blah. That's another story time about why we broke up, but that's later. So we go to Greensboro. That's my grandma lives. Okay, when I tell you she involved the family, everybody knew. Okay, so we get there, and I'm expecting her to like be waiting on me with like something that she's not supposed to hit your kids with. I was expecting my grandma to be there waiting outside the door, like waiting for me at the door, maraca, toy, whatever. I was expecting her to come at me crazy with something, waiting on me at the door like ready. Okay. But she wasn't. She was actually calmer than I thought she was gonna be. She tried to calm my mother down and blah 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 blah. And so me, I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I was just like, I don't want to keep getting cursed out. Like, I don't want to hear this right now. So I laid on the couch and I pretended to be asleep, because my mom said no more contact with him, no contact at all. Like, you cut off from the world. Okay, deaded. Everything deaded. Okay, so and you know, you in high school and that's like your lifeline. Facebook, Twitter, everything, lifeline. So for her to say that, she's like, that just, it cut deep. And I was like, I was crying and I was upset, and I was like, I don't understand, like, why you gotta cut me off from this stuff. Like, I know I did bad, and I know stupid, but you know, you always try to make excuses for stupid stuff that you used to do. So you're like, you know, I know I was stupid, but you know, how am I supposed to learn from my mistakes if I don't make any? Yo, I pretended to be asleep, okay, y'all. Like, I was and the entire time they're sitting around me talking about me. I could not fall asleep, so I just heard everything, and I was just like, why do I always put myself in these situations? Like, I've never been in that much trouble. Long story short, I was put on punishment, right? And at first my mom was threatening to like take away dance. She wasn't gonna let me dance for the band. That was like my first year dancing too. I don't think anybody knows about this, but she wasn't gonna let me dance. She was like, you know, that's done. Like, you're not doing that. You're not doing it no more. She ended up letting me dance anyway. She already paid her money anyway. You can't get it back. So she ended up letting me dance, which I'm so grateful for because it was one of the best experiences in my life. That's there was other story times for other days. Okay, guys, I was cut off from the world. I wasn't allowed to talk to him. I still did. I still found a way, but that's another story time for another day because it was stupid and it was like some BS, and I couldn't. Y'all, if y'all want to hear that story time, let me know, you know, via one of my social medias or in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, subscribe if you didn't. I'll try to put them out as, you know, as frequently as I can for you guys. I'll do that. Shout out to the new subscribers. I see you all, and I love you. Thank you so much for subscribing, and keep it up. Ow. Bye. Ow.